you know somebody don't bother when they eating hot Cheetos and they tell you to calm the fuck down. Like, you know they don't bother. Like, what's up, everybody? This is Key, and I'm finally back with a video, honey. Today's video is a review video, but before I get into that, the reason me and Ree haven't been posting on here or our Instagram since our vlog is because we've been really slumped with homework. She has a job and all that whole lot of. So if you see me looking up top, my screen flips up, and if you hear noise in the background, it's my dad. Don't even worry about it. Mind your business. Keep it pushing. So today is a review. It's Iyanla Fix My Life with Shay and her family. Now, if you don't even know Shay, who she is, she was on Flavor of Love and Charm School and 2 of the Love and Hip Hops, and it was a mess, and I'm going to dig deep into that. Before I do, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. Please like our video. Please share it around. I'm gonna do more content. Ree is gonna do more content. And follow our social medias. Follow our Instagram at _KeyReSocial. If you're already following, hey. If you already subscribed, welcome back. If you're new, hey. And thank you to our subscribers. Even though we haven't been posting, people have been subscribing. We had like 203, and I'm just thankful. So let's get into this. So I said before, it's the Iyanla Fix My Life with Shay and her family. So it was like a damn near 2-hour thing, but I saw it on YouTube, so it wasn't that long for me. So all right, these are my little notes. So I'm going to keep going back and forth. So it starts, and Iyanla's basically tell what's going on, a little history of Shay and her family. So please note, Shay wrote the show. Anybody that was on her show wrote the show, and you'll see why that is important to be a disclaimer. In a minute. So first she spoke to Shay's mother, Sandra, same fucking difference. So before she did that, she had them look in a distorted mirror. This damn thing is gonna irritate me. But anyway, she had the mom look into a distorted mirror, and she had no cards, and one of them said, "What do you see?" She said she saw a powerful black woman. So after that, she meets with Iyanla, sits down, all that. So they talk about what's going on, and Iyanla gets some of her backstory. She says she was a horrible mother, but a great provider. Because just like Shay's mom, I won't say a horrible mother, but a horrible mother, but a great provider. She had to provide. The dad left after a while, and I guess he was in war or something, but after they got divorced, he left, and she was the main provider of the children. So she had to provide, and she wasn't there emotionally. So Iyanla says, "Do you know that all your children have a problem with you?" She said, "Now I know Shay does." This is the gist of it. Don't quote me word by word. Sometimes I got a little close in here. But anyway, so the gist of it, she said, "I didn't think my boys had anything. I know Shay did, because we haven't been getting along." And she was just shocked that her sons did have a problem with her. So, and then she did one thing a lot of parents do, and I'm just saying the black community because I'm black and y'all can feel how the fuck you want to feel. A lot of parents do put favoritism, especially when it's girls and boys. it's true. It's different treatment and all of that. And that's the cycle we got to break. But don't ever compare your kids, because Shay, it's gonna be later down, but she remembers something that her mom said a long time ago. So anyways, they really haven't been getting along. She was like I think she said middle school or something like that, because she kicked Shay. Well, she came home, Shay was smoking with her friends, so she kicked her out, and she was with whoever for 2 weeks. So Iyanla was like, so you didn't really correct. She used rejected but no correction. And that's so true. Like, you kick your daughter out, but you're not correcting the behavior, because I could leave, come back, and start the motherfucker same way. So I observed similarities in Shay and the mom, yada yada. The mom said Shay is very stubborn, and you'll see why they just alike. So anyways, so then Iyanla, she did an exercise. She put these little quotes what her mom said about Shay or to Shay. One quote says she's a demon from hell, and the mom disagrees. Now Iyanla was like, I have the receipts, baby. Like, you're not gonna come here and act like you don't know, because a lot of people say something, they don't remember it. But she said, I didn't say it. So they showed her the video. Granted, it was condensed, but she said her daughter's a demon from hell. She said that, and she's up there, I never, y'all edit. Remember the mom, remember when I said the mom said that, because it's going to correlate later on. But anyway, she said y'all edited and yada yada yada, and Iyanla had one of her teams who said that they condensed the video, but she said her child is, let me get the quote right, she's a demon from hell, and she said that. So then she looked at dumb, because she said, then she goes back and said, oh, maybe I did say it, but yada yada yada. And then y'all was like, it's not the point that you said it, it's the point that you feel in your heart. And that was tea. So this damn thing, don't mind me. Anyways, so Shay comes next and does the same exercise with the mirror. She says basically the same thing her mother says, but she says this. What she sees in the mirror is a beautiful, powerful, intelligent, articulate woman who is self-made and strong business mind and beautiful. She said that again. So she sits down with Iyanla, and Iyanla was just like, so what you see in the mirror? Both her and her mother saw what they wanted to say. The first thing I would have said, what the fuck is wrong with this mirror? What is it trying to say? They didn't go by that. They saw what they want to see. So that's what they have in common. And then her and Iyanla was talking. She said, I am my mom's twin. Well, she said my mom's her twin. Then Iyanla corrected her and said, you are your mom's twin. You know what I'm saying? Just corrected from elder to younger. So anyway, so yes, and you see it more and more. So when Shay was younger, she told Iyanla when she was younger, her mom told her that she wished she had 3 boys. And that stuck with her. She was young, so that stuck with her for a lot of years. And that goes back to the exercise Iyanla was doing when she had her quotes, what she said about or to Shay, and how she's very deflected, very forgetful of what she says. And it really just, you know, it just showed the correlation. So after that, she talked about her dad, and like she only talked a little bit about her dad. Her and her brother only talked a little bit about her dad, but her dad ended up leaving. And Iyanla was like, which is true, whoever's the main parent who's taking care of the kids, they get the most slack instead of the parent that is not there. You know what I'm saying? Now, they didn't really tell about if they visit their dad, but every time they said it, it was on the phone. So their dad said, I love you, I love you, I love you. But it was easier because you don't have to deal with them every day. You don't have to deal with the attitude. You don't have to deal with this, that, and the third. And that's what Iyanla was trying to persuade. And some people, I see other reviews, some people felt like she was trying to turn them against their father. And I never got that. And I don't like that statement when somebody says you can't blame one parent and do not blame the other. They share responsibility. She didn't make her baby on her own. She didn't decide to have 3 of y'all, you know what I'm saying, by herself. Like, they both have to take the blame. And she says, why your dad didn't save her, upon other questions. And yeah, so next she says, I wish my mother and I would have had a better relationship, and she wished her mother would have gave her the love that her father gave. And that ties into what I was talking about. Yeah, it ties in. Like, it's easy to say I love you, keep it going, we're not there every day to fix your attitude, and you know, 3 kids, I'm working day in, day night. Not saying the mom is right, but I'm just saying it's easier from a distance, and that's what it really is. They're talking, and then something happened where they was talking, and Iyanla said that Shay is rude and disrespectful, not only because some of her characteristics, but when she gets mad, somebody say something to her, she could be rude and disrespectful. Everybody knows Shay rude and disrespectful. You can't tell her nothing, and yada yada yada. So then the next one is her brothers. So Joe, Dr. Joe, hey, y'all was trying to make it a big thing that she said, I'm the only doctor here. She was playing. At the end of the day, she was calling him Dr. Joe in the next clips anyway. Like, y'all doing too much. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Keep it pushing, and just keep motherfucking pushing. Don't come in my comments, that disrespectful, and da 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 da. Shut the hell up, keep pushing. Next. So Joe, marriage is on the breakdown. She said, you know, she gave him a little history. And MJ, he left when he was 15 and doesn't really speak to his siblings. So you see, like, the dysfunction in that. So Joe says it started with his mom and his dad got divorced, and that's where, like, some of the tension comes, you know, or whatever. And he says the same thing. Both brothers said the same thing of Shay. Their dad showed more love than their mom. And it just goes back to show that the dad kind of really had it easy, because all you had to do is talk on the phone 2, 3, 20, 15 minutes to tell you he loved y'all. Yes, it meant something because you wasn't getting it from your mom, but you know, it's a lot. So she says there's a difference between men, like your dad as a man and your dad, just as a difference between your mom and the woman your mom is. You see what I'm saying? So she says the difference and went into that whole spiel. So she brought the mom in there so the sons can finally get out how they was feeling, all this pent up energy, because they felt, and Shay felt, and we saw that they couldn't talk to their mom because she likes to deflect and blame it on you and all of that. Hint hint, where you think Shay get it from? But you know, that's all the tea. So so they both told their mom they had some issues with her, and she was shocked as usual, and she was almost fit the rebuttal, but Iyanla picked her up, not really pick her up, but took her into another room, talked to her to calm her down, and I think had to do the exercise and da 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 da. So then it was to bring Shay in, because it was basically the brothers' turn to have to say what they needed to say to their mom and Shay. Alright, so the Shay comes into the room, and before she gets to the room, and y'all was like, you ready to talk to your sister, and you have any, like, you know, hesitancy, and they was like, she's very rude, and disrespectful. And it goes back to when Iyanla said she's rude and disrespectful, and then I think it was Joe that says she's more rude and disrespectful than she believes, which is crazy. If you don't have self-awareness, I don't know what you're going to do. Like, you have to have self-awareness, like the ghetto. So like I said before, Iyanla brings Shay in the room with her brother so they can tell her how, so they can tell her how they feel. So they both say she's rude and disrespectful, and Joe says the same thing she said to Iyanla, where she was rude and disrespectful more than more than you would like to believe. So she didn't like that. So she was for to say something. She said, "Can I say something?" She said no. Picked her up, picked her up and was for to take her in another room. But Shay, she has to get the last word, and she says to one brother, "You entitled," and the other one, "You think you know everything." So Iyanla pulls to the side and says, "Shut up." Now people had a real problem with Iyanla saying shut up. Iyanla said she said a lot of shit. But if you're disrespectful, you're getting disrespect. I don't get why people think, just because people are a therapist or you're supposed to be changing people's lives and stuff like that, that you don't have feelings and emotions too. You knew, Shay, you knew damn well before you got on this how she operates. Period. She operates like this. Period. And most of the time she don't mean no disrespect. It's fucking joke. But this time she wanted to get disrespectful how you get disrespectful, but she didn't cuss you out or anything like you did. So they going back and forth, back and forth. And so she said Iyanla is fucking weird and fuck this and da 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 da, and like, how they have like over voice. She felt like it was an intervention and stuff like that, and that was one of the concerns she had. I don't want to feel like it's an inconvenience. So she was already closed off to what the brothers or the mom or anybody had to say about her, because she don't like to take responsibility and accountability. I think that was the main lesson, accountability. So Iyanla walks to the car where Shay is. Now, I watched this late at night. Y'all said she was eating some hot Cheetos. I gotta rewatch that. Like, girl, you know somebody unbothered when they eating hot Cheetos and they tell you to calm the fuck down. Like, they unbothered. Like, and Iyanla, she's like, girl, nobody have time for this. So she went to the car and tried and talked to Shay. They going back to forth. Shay said, "You're not going to make me look like this. You're not going to make me look like a fool." And then she said, "You already acting like a fool, or you already look like a fool." One of the ways she said it. So after that, Shay got mad and said, "Fuck the process." So she basically said, if you leave, you would you just leave, not be able to continue the show and buy and keep pushing. That's basically what she said. She was in the house and she was like, she would not get a chance to disrespect me like that again. And then later on, she calmed down, because we need emotion, but later she calmed down, and her family, they was able to talk to her and yada yada yada. I'll get to that in a second. So to me, and I think everybody who saw Shay and Sandra really act the same, and they like to make everybody else wrong. I think she said that to a certain extent. So the next day, she talked to one of the coaches, and this quote by this coach is so true. It says, "If you always feel wrong, you always fight to be right." And it's really true, because it ties into this so well. So she talked to Sandra first, and Sandra basically says she has a sleepless night, and she's doing like the work and all of that. Iyanla just give her a tip, just when she talked to the boys, just to say, basically say, just take a deep breath and say, I think it was forgive me and stuff like that, like she does, a lot. And then she said it was really true, and his family's a lot of tit for tat, and they like to blame each other, because the mom was trying to blame she's trying to blame, I think, Shay or somebody. I don't know. I forgot. So anyway, so then she talks to the brothers, and she tried to, you know, to see how they felt about yesterday and stuff like that. And they said basically it was regular when you deal with Shay. You can't tell her nothing. Just like, I'm putting this in, just like the mom, you can't tell her nothing. But over the process, the mom was really willing to, you know, to change her way. So Joe says this is a correlation he had, problems we have with his mom and his wife. And yes, the MJ said it affected him when his mom didn't give him physical and verbal love. I can't explain how much physical and verbal love is to a daughter or a son. And they went into how his mom, well, their mom would tell them, don't be punks, man up, stuff like that. Like, how can you tell 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, anybody who's not a man to man up? Like, how, what the hell do you mean? What you mean? Like, man up, like ma'am. So all this, you can't be punks and da 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 da, that extra macho. If you act extra macho to me, that means you're hiding something, baby. So let's just keep it pushing. Joe said he missed a level of intimacy with his mother when he was younger. If I mix these up, you get the gist. Anyway, and yeah, all of them, we really can see Shay's point of view because she spazzed out and had to leave. But the brothers, they had the same thing. They wanted, all of the kids, you know, all of them had the same thing. They wanted affection and love from their mother, and they didn't get it. Excuse me. And that was the big thing. Even though Shay didn't say, you can tell. So then she wanted to see if there's any problem between the brothers, and MJ, who's the youngest, and Joe's the oldest, and Shay's in the middle. So MJ, he felt jealousy when he was little because Joe, he got all the attention. Like, when he did good, he got all the attention. But however, when MJ did good at something, it was never enough, and he still feels to that day that that is even good, you know, is anything he do good enough. And Joe didn't know, so he asked for forgiveness. Joe, to the abandonment part, his dad already left, so he looked to Joe, his older brother, as, you know, as somebody he looked up to. So when he left, it really hurt him. So, like, if you have a younger sibling like I do, you really don't understand. Like, you trying to get in, you know, do what you have to do for you, and yada yada yada. I'm not saying that's bad. However, if you have younger siblings or a sibling, it really takes a toll on them, especially if the dad's not in the house, or you guys are really close, or the mom's not in the house. Like, they look to you, they look up to you anyway, but you know, it really damaged the connection. And that's where he was. Like, he already felt he wasn't good enough. Then when you left, it was just like, damn, I'm not nothing. So, you know, that's how their conversation went. They hugged, and Iyanla had to go outside to talk, and, you know, just, you know, talk about the stuff. So next, it was the talk with Sandra and her sons. Again, she was shocked that her sons, she told her son that she was shocked, surprised that they had an issue again. So Joe doesn't let people in, and that correlates with his wife too. Like, it's all like, she really didn't let her in and all of that. So Joe doesn't let people in, and mom doesn't let people in because she had to put up that wall. Those two things similar. She said she was broken and hurt and tried to protect her family the only way she knew. And we don't give our parents a lot, even for me, it's still ongoing process. Like, we don't give our parents, that's not the benefit of the doubt, but a lot of us don't forgive our parents. Yes, some parents do the real disrespectful and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, you gotta forgive for yourself. I'm telling you, for real, because you'll be crying every night, drinking, doing substance abuse, all that while they sleeping at night. So you have to really do it for yourself. But then, like, when you get older, especially in the black community, us as young adults should have to keep telling you, we're young adult, we're young adult, you're young adult. You know what I'm saying? Like, that conflict. And we have to talk to our mom, our dad as an adult, one adult to another, like not you to your child. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we don't do a lot.